Malibu Dan, Malibu Dan. All right, heck yeah, it's Malibu Dan time, baby. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. How are you feeling today, Johnny?
I'm feeling Slitherachi, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I explained Slitherachi to my wife tonight, and she had a really good chuckle.
Nice. Was she disappointed when she found out that he is not real?
I think by the story, she could tell that it wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the fact she put them together, she kind of, like, mind-effed the whole thing.
Do you think there is a snake that can play piano? Snake that
Yeah.
plays piano. Let's see.
Slitherachi.
Oh my god, it's Slitherachi. Every result is Slitherachi.
Look at his coats.
He just sheds into a new one every night. It's amazing. Thank you. That's snake talk. We're not here to talk snake talk this week, though. This week, we're here to talk about episode 5, Babysitting Breakdown.
Welcome, Arlen, to the show.
Yeah, welcome. The realization that when Dan and Kate aren't on screen, this show sags.
I was so pumped for this episode, and then immediately Dan leaves the scene, and Kate is gone with her wonderful dress, and it's just sad. Arlen is the worst. I hate looking at his face and his eyes and his life. I just see his whole life when I look at him, and it is not a good one.
Right? Like, he's a drunk, right? Like, he's got to be like an old drunk or something. Like, that's Arlen's backstory, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would say drunk. I don't want to say drugs, because godly people don't do drugs. They just drink themselves into a stupor.
They drink the blood of Christ
which
until
is
they're
cool.
hammered. Yeah.
Jesus drank wine.
Exactly. He loved it so much he turned water into wine. That's how much he couldn't get enough wine.
Yeah, that's why they had to nail him to the cross, because he wouldn't stop drinking.
Yeah, he was upheaving the liquor market all over Jerusalem. Like, we got to put this guy out of business. What's the best way to do it? Nail him up to the cross.
Yeah, initially they didn't want to kill him, but they didn't want to take him down.
Of course, yeah. There was a whole sting. It was a real rough thing. He's tossing the moneylenders out, and they're like, God, we're trying to just be like bootleg over here. Jerusalem's a real Copperhead Road. Yeah,
so many people prospered due to Jesus Christ's crucifixion. So they,
Oh my God. When he died, somebody in the back yelled, "The economy is saved!" They were so excited.
Yeah, they had a big party, kind of just forgot about him. They drunk themselves into a stupor and, had a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Foggy skies turned blue that day. So this episode... Did you have more? You want to riff more?
I don't have more. I was thinking about our first date talk from the last episode, our full episode.
Not last episode. That would have been 3 weeks ago at this point.
Wasn't that during a country song?
It was, but this episode's coming out 3 weeks from then. We have so many in the bank.
The listener.
Yeah, hit us up. Yeah.
This is our lives.
Show them your bits. Tell them you love them.
Yeah, let's refresh them. No, we don't need to refresh.
That's right. If you're on a first date, pull your garbage out in front of your date. Tell them you love them.
Whether you like them or not.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You're trying to get laid. The start, the end. So this episode opens, as all episodes open, with the Malibu Dan prayer. No, it opens on Wake Up Malibu. God bless our Malibu Dan. God bless all Malibu Dans.
All Malibu Dans.
I
Sylvia
love
Morton.
you. What'd you say? Cynthia Morton?
Sylvia Morton, the guest.
Oh, yes. Exactly. She's a relationship expert. And I guess that's it. That's her thing.
Yeah, she has little secrets to a great relationship. And one of those secrets is listening to each other. And the other secret is remembering special dates. And you got a perfect marriage.
Turns out Dan's got a perfect marriage. He's what we call a tent pole partner, and that he's always got a tent pole in his pants. You know what I'm saying?
I do not. It means that he holds up the tent and looks down upon everybody and remembers those dates.
That's true. I like that she describes his life as a circus. That she's like, oh, you're the one holding up that whole circus, huh? And he's like, yeah. Dan,
they really want to make Dan look like a cool guy. Hollidae's, again, a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
real birch. Yeah. And like,
yeah.
Dan looks cool in this episode. He's wearing all black everything. He's dressed like Johnny Cash. He looks like he came back from a funeral, if I'm being honest. I was like, Dan, wardrobe needs to like throw a little bit of color into that outfit. You can't wake up, Malibu. The world is ending. Look at my depressing outfit. Don't I look good?
Yep. Like a hot pink tie, maybe like a blue collar or something.
Yeah, like get him like a pimp chalice to drink out of or something like that.
Yeah, like take a note from Slitherachi and spice up your life.
Yeah, wear rings on every finger, Dan. Big chunkers.
That would be a really good look for him. I did not like the black on black suit at all.
Okay.
It just looks kind of greasy to me. But I think some gold rings really would have fixed that. Or a gold chain. Mm-hmm. Maybe a big old hat, like a fedora with a...
If he was wearing like a black, if he was wearing everything the same except for the shirt and vest, and instead of the shirt and vest he was wearing a turtleneck with a gold Cuban link chain hanging around it, that's a look. And then rings on every finger. That's a total vibe, Dan. You would be the coolest guy in Malibu.
Yeah, then you're a tent pole partner.
Yeah, then you're giving me a tent pole, Dan.
You and me, bro.
Yeah. Sylvia Morton, relationship expert. Like, everything Dan says gets an aw from the crowd, which it made me laugh to see that because, like, I feel like much like our show, Malibu Down the Family Man has been dialing it in the entire time. So, like, the first 2 episodes, there was only a laugh track. And then they realized, we need to introduce, like, other sounds. So they bought some aw sounds. And then they introduced the daughter. They put some awes over that. And now they're just like peppering them in everywhere. Like just everyone's getting awes now. So can't wait to see what the next crowd sound is.
Well, the audience is like a wave. And you got to go too much to get too little. I feel like the volume has kind of equalized as well. Like at the first couple of episodes, the laugh track is so loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of barely even notice it. But that's probably from years of watching TV.
Well, yeah, and weeks of watching Malibu Down the Family Man. It just gets burned into your brain.
Yeah, it just flows over me like a box of water.
Exactly. We find out it's Kate's birthday today. And of course, the crowd's like, "Oh!" And so Dan's phone rings in the middle of the show, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to shut my cell phone off." And like, bud, you would get fired. What are you doing? Why do you even have your cell phone on you? I feel like that's something that you leave in your dressing room or something. You shouldn't even have that out.
Yeah, nobody calls cut. Arlen doesn't say frick. Nothing happens. They just keep filming. Yeah. Who cares?
The boom mic doesn't dip into the shot or anything. They just keep rolling. And then we find out he's like, "Oh, my phone rang," which put it on vibrate. Like, what self-respecting person even has sounds on their phone anymore? It's 2021. Silent. There shouldn't even be the option to have sounds on your phone anymore. Get rid of them.
Yeah, it's always on you. I never have a ringtone on. I just vibrate it as close to my crotch as possible for unrelated reasons.
Yeah, of course. That's the warmest spot on your body. You want to keep your cell phone warm. So we find out that the reason why his cell phone dings is because Kate is trying to contact him because Kate is canceling their dinner plans for that night because their sitter canceled on them because Emily is having a sleepover and the sitter canceled. What
a dumb night to have a sleepover.
That was my first thought too. It's your birthday. Your husband's taking you out to wine dine and you know what else and you're letting your daughter have a sleepover? You guys are going to be frickin' with the lights on. You don't want extra kids in your house. That's crazy.
a sleepover is a good idea if your kid's going to one at another house.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I would assume would have happened. Like, oh, Emily and her ding dong friends are all coming over. Why don't they just go over to one of the ding dong's houses then? Nah.
Now, the writer of this episode and the room in general didn't really think about continuity or time management or what's going on at all. They're just like, oh, funny, babysitter, Arlen's involved.
Yeah.
Let's tie him up.
Right. We should, let's move ahead to... So, Dan hires Arlen to be the babysitter, which, like, seems like a bad idea from go. I don't support this. I don't support that man being near children. I don't think that's a good idea. No offense, Arlen, if you're listening.
I'm going to give an offense. Okay. Just minor offense.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's all that Arlen's been charged with is minor offenses, so he hasn't really crossed any major lines yet.
Oh, boom! You got him.
Yeah. Oh, Kate's mom is also there for some reason. Like,
looking hot and rich as frick.
Well, looking like one of those things, yeah. Like
bada boom, bada boom.
Eating lipstick the first time we see her.
Maybe it's like rich lipstick where it tastes good, like caviar or something.
That's true, yeah. Like, no, I've never worn lip smackers. That's the word I was thinking of. You can eat.
Oh, the world of lip smackers? What a life that was.
All right, favorite flavor of lip smackers, go.
Watermelon.
Cinnamon. I never used them. I never used them. Lipstick flavored. I wanted to feel like a fancy boy.
I wet these lips with my tongue, thank you very much.
Ooh, all right. Oh, now we're talking. Sorry, listeners, I just ate a whole bunch of fried chicken and it was delicious. So, but I'm just feeling a little phlegmy right now. My apologies, everybody.
Little verklempt.
Yeah. Kate makes a joke about the people who raised her. Like, her mom's like, oh, I can take care of kids. I raised you. And Kate's like, yeah, but you also had, like, I don't know what two maids and a chef and a personal fluffer and whatever. I don't know all the things she lists. And it's like, it's a joke that she's telling, and the audience just, like, ices her. The audience gives her nothing for that. It's like, you're a fake audience. Put in the laughs for that. You wrote the joke.
That's the only time they have not used a laugh track.
Bizarre, especially after the first 4 episodes we watched, where it's just every word gets a laugh. Kate gets nothing on a legitimate joke. Just no, like a titter. People are like, it's insane.
I wish I would have clocked that. I'm kind of glad I didn't see that, because that would have blown my brains out.
Right? It would have ruined the episode for you. You'd have been like, I don't want to watch this show anymore. If that's how they're going to treat the love of my life, Kate, that's insane. I don't want to even be a part of it.
Yeah, love of my wife, Kate.
Exactly. Kate's mom is off to Switzerland. So that's pretty cool.
I think this episode was brought to you by Big Switzerland. It gets mentioned a little too many times.
That's true, yeah. The kids are like, oh, Dan, your pants look like the Swiss Alps. They're tent poling.
Arlen, you got big Switzerlands in your pants.
Is that a Toblerone in your pocket, Arlen? Or are you not allowed around kids?
Oh, is that Toblerones from the Swiss?
Maybe. I don't know where Toblerones are from. I think so. That's a Switzerland treat. I think.
Audience, let us know.
Wait.
Toblerones are from Switzerland. Hit us up at pureboyspod@gmail.com.
Exactly. I got one. Arlen, is that a Swiss roll in your pocket, or are you just not allowed around kids? There we go.
And we're done.
And we're back.
That brought me back.
Good news for set design. They upgraded the windows in the front doors. They're no longer made out of cloth. They're made out of actual, like, plastic from the looks of it. They don't flap. They move as a solid piece now when the doors open and close. So that was a pretty impressive little bit of trivia I noticed.
Yeah, they put a little bit more into the set. They got that CRT monitor there now. You can, like, look around.
Well, I mean, David A.R. White's the creator of Pureflix, and he's just like, hey, why are we not dumping money into my show? Isn't it strange that he created a streaming service and then just stars in movies and TV shows on it? Like, isn't that a little Like, isn't that a little, I don't know what you would call it. I don't want to bite the hand that doesn't feed us yet, but it's just interesting that he made his own streaming service in order to give himself a whole career. It's pretty impressive. It's a good move.
Yeah, I think it's a great move, and I hope he feeds us. That would be great.
Oh yeah, I'm not slandering him at all. I think that it's a strong move. If I had the kind of money to start my own streaming service and star and stuff on it, I would absolutely do that. But I don't yet until PureFlix sponsors us.
Like, if he slips a little body of Christ in my mouth, that would make my life.
Mm-hmm. That is a euphemism.
I'd get baptized from him for sure.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you want to write us into an episode of Malibu Down the Family Man, David A.R. White, we will get baptized on the show. That'll be that we can turn that into we'll be a couple of hooligans, and you can baptize us in one of the many rooms in your house where, you're the 25th room, there's us just getting baptized, and what a beautiful moment that would be.
And we'll never say a negative thing about Christianity again, not that we ever have, but we will promise never to do so, and we will turn our lives around. Our secular lives are done.
That's right. Well, I mean, I've been Christian since I was born. Yeah. So I went to Catholic schools, baby. I know all about stuff. My elementary school was named after a saint. You can guess which one it was. Saint Boniface.
Tell me about stuff.
Well, it was like my favorite FHM, or it was my favorite magazine back in high school.
Hey now.
Hey, Maxim. So as soon as Arlen showed up, I was like, oh, frick, this is going to be an Arlen heavy episode. This is going to be the Arlen show, and I don't want that. But fortunately, as soon as Dan and Kate leave, Arlen's like, hey, kids, what's up? I lied to your parents. I'm not going to babysit you. And the kids aren't immediately like, oh, God, what's going to happen to us? He goes, I got Nicole here. Nicole's going to babysit you instead. And Nicole shows up with a clipboard. Like, that's her whole thing.
Yeah, she never leaves home without it.
No, not at all. There's a
pencil in her hair, clipboard. Mm-hmm. That's her character.
She's wearing those Ellie Sattler, khaki shorts. She's, got it going on. Yeah. She's a busy woman.
Tearaway pants.
Exactly. Yeah, she walks in the door, rips her pants off, revealing shorts
with
underneath.
Pants underneath.
Yeah, of course. With, nice pants, like dress pants underneath.
Well, she dresses like MC Hammer on the outside. Mm-hmm. Dresses like an intern on the inside.
Exactly. Yeah. And isn't that the story of all of us? MC Hammer in the streets, intern in the sheets.
Oh man, that's a wife look.
Yeah, for real. So as while all this is going on, there's some stuff happening at Wake Up Malibu where for some reason people are working there, but all the lights are off, but there's still people. Reggie is there, and Hollidae St. Clair is there, and Chuck from accounting is there, and presumably Mr. Wallets is there as well, because we keep getting memos from Bam Wallets. But it's at the time when this episode starts, it's 6 p.m. Don't they have to be up at 3 to do a show the next day? It's a weird timeline.
Yeah, they start shooting at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So they have to be there at least by 4. Oh, yeah. And then the show's an hour long, so they're done by 6. You think they're out of there by noon? You
think the show's only an hour long? I thought it would be 4 hours, a real, Canada AM type of thing.
I guess those morning shows are on for ever, aren't they?
Yeah, you bet. It's weird. It would be weird to be a morning show host and just know that for the first 2 hours that you're working, nobody is watching.
Yeah.
The 5 to 7 a.m. chunk is just empty.
Yeah, or they're waking up just getting piss out of their eyes and trying to get started in their brand new day.
That's right, yeah. Foggy skies turning blue today. I already made that joke once. So, but the joke of the Wake Up Malibu chunk of stuff is that each person is the acting. Everyone's sitting in for Arlen. They're all pretending they're taking over Arlen's job while he's not there. And they keep getting memos that infuriate them. So they have to leave and go confront Arlen about them and put another person in charge. So Reggie's there. He gets a memo saying they're not getting raises. So he leaves. He puts Hollidae in charge. She gets a memo saying that her parking space is getting taken away. which is kind of cruel. She's the host of the show. You'd think treat her the best, right? But no such luck.
She parks right beside Bam, and Bam's getting dings in his car, so obviously Hollidae Sinclair is wrenching open her door and screwing up Bam's life.
Right? The implication is that, like, is Dan parks on one side of Bam, Dan and Bam, and Hollidae parks on the other side, and like you said, she must just be... But of course, Dan wouldn't be dinging Bam's car. No. Of course it's Hollidae, but they're still getting rid of both parking stalls. So Dan is now losing his parking spot too, presumably. It's cruel. It's a cruel world.
Yeah, Bam is really out for blood in this episode. He doesn't want to give anybody raises. He's had enough of his car. Probably why he's not giving people raises.
They're calling him Captain Blood. It's just such a brutal... He's having such a brutal time, right?
But he is Captain Blood.
Yeah,
on their behalf. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So Arlen and Nicole are totally blowing it with the kids. The kids have trashed the kitchen, like, to an absurd degree, and they're like dumping dish soap into the blender, which kind of a cool idea. I'd like to try it, see what that does.
Yeah, they supper was already made. All they had to do was turn on the oven, and tortillas with cheese would be heated up, I guess.
Yeah, she calls them tacos, but it's like, that's you can do better.
I don't think so.
Those are more like fajitas. No, what's the one? Quesadillas. That's more open-faced quesadilla is what you're making, Kate.
But it seems like the kids are having fun destroying the kitchen, and
of course.
So good on them.
Yeah. Why not, hey?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Destroy Arlen's life. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. What day of the week is it? Because they're talking about how they have to do a show the next day, but like Emily's having a sleepover. So what day is it? When? Like, what day is it?
They do not care about the minutia. I swear on the blackboard there's a thing about s'mores. Yeah. Like, how can there be a s'more when there are no s'mores?
No, it was like, how can I have s'more if I haven't had any at first or something like that? It was like it was a pun. It was a joke.
I swear that was originally a note by an actual writer talking about a s'more in Nicole's hand earlier, because there was nobody making s'mores.
No, and that's the thing. I think you're right. I think that room is the writer's room, the actual writer's room, because in the previous episode, we didn't talk about this like 3 episodes ago, but on the whiteboard it said guest stars, Robin Givens, and then underneath that, Good Charlotte. And we haven't seen Good Charlotte yet, but I'm just... fingers crossed, hoping and praying, literally praying on my knees, praying to the Lord Jesus Christ above, who got crucified to save the wine industry, that give us Good Charlotte. That's all I want.
That's all I want too. Good Charlotte was like my Britney Spears.
Yeah, exactly. And this show was filmed in 2017, about a decade past the relevancy of Good Charlotte. Maybe they had a new album. Like, why not Linkin Park? Why not, My
Chemical Romance?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Why not My Chemical Romance? Oh my gosh. Put the Black Parade in an episode.
That would be a great interlude if they just like stopped.
Oh,
yeah. Put Black Parade on like
in its entirety. Spliced it in. I'd even compromise. Let Dan just wear the like marching band outfits that they wear from the Black Parade at the start of the episode in the cold open. He doesn't have to wear it the whole episode, but let him wear a marching band leader's outfit. Why not? It's a cool look.
It's not really far off of what he was wearing in this episode as far as like the darkness.
Yeah, he looked like the lead singer of The Darkness, Justin Hawkins. So Arlen is like, Nicole, you got to clean up this kitchen. I'm going to play with the girls. And then you clean up. And she's like, okay, that sounds great. And he goes, let's play hide and go seek.
Sweet relief.
Yeah, exactly. Sweet release, the sweet kiss of death is what she calls it. And so Arlen's like, let's play hide and go seek. So he turns around and he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the girls are gone. And he's immediately like, oh my God, they've disappeared. It's like, yeah, it's hide and go seek. They're hiding. Now you have to seek. It's half the game, Arlen. You can't just go, oh, they've fled the coop. The house is too quiet. Yeah, they're hiding. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, immediately he thinks they're gone and he's lost the kids.
Yeah.
Doesn't look at all. Doesn't go upstairs.
Nope.
Or in the dining room or any other rooms that we haven't been introduced yet.
Yeah, he's like, there's 78 rooms in this house. Why did I think we could play this game? I'll never find them. We joke, but turns out the girls were gone. They went outside, which is like the one place you're not really allowed to go in hide and go seek. You can't just go outside unless you're playing outside, but it seems like cheating to be like, the world is where we'll hide.
You gotta tell Uncle Arlen if you're gonna be going outside, and that is the truth.
Yeah, word. That's the true. So Reggie shows up and everyone's panicking. Also, Reggie and Arlen are wearing Hawaiian shirts, and it's like more like Tommy Bahama shirts, and it's a weird design choice. Like they both like Tommy Bahama shirts in their time off. That's a strange choice for them, but okay, that's fine.
That's what the boo is all about, is Tommy Bahama shirts and going to little kids' sleepovers.
Hallmarks of the boo.
Yeah.
I mean, they find the kids, and then like whatever. Just other stuff happens. It's inconsequential. Holliday's car gets towed. She somehow makes it to Dan's house, which I was like, how did you get here? I get cab. Probably.
She got a ride. She shut down the office and asked people for a ride, I think. I don't know how she really got there. Uber probably didn't exist in the boo yet.
Maybe not. I feel like Uber was invented in the boo.
Yeah. That's where the boo got bought.
Exactly. Ooh, I don't want to skip over this. I don't want to skip over the best joke in the episode though. So Chuck from accounting, that schmuck, keeps coming down to give memos to everybody from BAM Wallets. And the memo he gives to Hollidae is like, your parking spot is being destroyed. We're going to dig it up and put a koi pond there or whatever. And Kate's like, and he's like, could you sign this to just like confirm that it's fine that we do that? And she's like, I'm not signing that. I'm going to go get Arlen. So she goes, you're in charge now, Chuck. And she leaves. And the first thing he does is just signs away her parking spot. And that legitimately made me laugh. I was like, that's a good bit of business, Malibu Dan. That's funny stuff. That's good comedy. That's serious humor.
Yeah, that is some serious humor. I didn't clock it because I was out of this episode by then.
Dang,
I
man.
did know what was happening and who was there.
Right.
And my eyes were open, but
okay,
that was some serious humor.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we find out that Reggie had abusive brothers that used to lock him out of the house all night and make him like survive in the woods and stuff, which is like dark. But okay, Reggie, fine.
Yeah, there's this one scene where they're trying to dance to make them tired.
Yeah.
And there's like a cut to Reggie, and he legitimately looks angry and upset. Like not acting that way, but just really deep in his own soul about what he's doing with his life.
Mm-hmm.
And then next scene they cut back and he's fine.
Yeah, the children have tied him up. They're doing that like... Yeah. That like I don't know. Never mind. I couldn't think of the word for it. So yeah, vestibule. Yes. No, it's like a thing where like the people tie each other up for sex stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Where like they bind, like not binding, but it's like a bunch of ropes and you tie someone up like
bondage.
No. It's like you're trussing a ham or like you're tying up like.
I think it's called trussing a ham.
No, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I like to be tied up.
That sounds very sexual.
I like to be tied up real tight so that I look like a loaf of bread that's got big dents in it. That's what I like. Tie those ropes tighter. I want my hands turning blue.
Ooh, trust me like a ham, girl.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. I'm going to look this up real quick.
You're going to look up Trusting Like a Ham?
No,
is that a song?
It's called Shibari. That's what it's called.
Shibari.
I googled Japanese sexy rope and it came up Shibari, so that's what it is.
That is so close to vestibule. Yeah. I was right there.
So we're gonna cut out all that stuff and here, clean take. So the kids have tied up Reggie and Shibari, and everyone's tent poling. The episode goes off the rails. Dan and Kate come home. They go, oh, why are you still up, kids? Everyone failed. Our babysitters suck. And then there's no God talk, and then we just go bam, 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 wallets, bam, bam, bam. That's it.
There's no God talk at the end, which I was very disappointed. But did you clock the last line of the whole show?
No.
This is so stupid. And then the credits roll.
Said by Reggie looking right into the camera. This is our worst episode.
I think it was Reggie. Like, they're just sitting there tied up, and he just goes, "This is so stupid." and oh, that was so good. Vestibule.
So hey, this episode sucked, right? Like, this was probably the worst of the 5 we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think this script got approved because Dan was like, "Oh, I'm not in it. Great."
Yeah, I want to be the star of the show of this 23 episode series, but I only want to star in like 16 episodes. Can we make that happen?
Well, they really tried to get Anthony Sabato Jr. to be the Dan family man, but that didn't take.
It was unbelievable. You wouldn't believe that guy was the host of a morning show. You'd be like, that guy's a billionaire. He owns the yacht club.
Yeah, and David A.R. White was the same suit size, and they already made all these suits for Anthony Sabato Jr.
Exactly. So, yeah.
He got the role.
I mean, everybody knows Anthony Sabato Jr. and David A.R. White and Hulk Hogan all have the same bicep size, so they can all interchangeable suits.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise on stilts.
And Tom Cruise on stilts. Size. Exactly. Yeah. Pants anyway. Jacket much smaller. Pants same size.
Yeah, don't talk to me about jacket.
No, God, no. I just farted, and I wonder if it got picked up on the mic. I hope it did. It was a good fart, and it was during like a little break. I hope we heard it. If we didn't, sorry, listeners. That's just for me to enjoy, I guess.
You should always have as much fried chicken as humanly possible before we record these episodes.
Bro, it was so much fried chicken. We got from this chicken place where the chicken is like as big as your head. I got a chicken sandwich. Here's the best part about the chicken sandwich that I got tonight, and then we'll wrap up this episode, which is probably our worst episode of the Malibu Dan Show. My wife and I ordered, and I was like, "Hey, I wanted a chicken sandwich," and they were like, "Hey, we're out of buns. Do you mind if we make it with waffles instead?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds amazing."
Like, yeah, you mind? Get the frick out of here.
Exactly. Yeah. How dare you? I'm a bun man for life.
And then you went on and on about the buns and what it's doing to society that we just throw waffles out all over the place.
Exactly. This is why the terrorists hate us. We eat our chicken sandwiches with waffles instead of buns.
You're right about EMPs.
Yeah, I know I am. You know what else I'm right about? Shibari. Look it up.
Shibari it to me, baby.
You bet. Hey.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
Malibu Dan.